the fall of the Syrian government.
He'll be remembered as one of the most violent rulers.
After decades of dictatorship, new images of the suspected gunman.
Let him continue to believe he could hide behind a mask.
As the search continues for the death of the United Healthcare CEO and living a new journey.
This country gives you more opportunity.
How one job changed an immigrant's life. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Dylan Pazay.
I'm Samantha Gutierrez. Today is Monday, December 9th, 2024.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
A transition is underway in Syria today after rebel forces took down the country's brutal dictatorship. It is a moment of celebration and hope for many Syrians, but the future of the country remains unclear.
As CNN's Amy Kiley reports, the U.S. and several allies have stakes in what happens next.
What happens now in the aftermath of the Assad regime?
U.S. interests in the Middle East hang in the balance after the fall of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad's brutal dictatorship. Rebel forces say they control the capital city of Damascus. An official source in Russia says Assad has taken refuge in Moscow.
He'll be remembered as one of the most violent rulers in response to the uprisings that started in late 2010 in the Arab world.
Analysts say the overthrow of Assad helps the U.S.
This is good for the Syrian people. It is good for the region. It is bad for Russia and Iran, thus good for the rest of the world.
The U.S. is taking steps to prevent a resurgence of ISIS during the transition. U.S. Central Command says the American military has struck more than 75 ISIS targets in Syria. Officials also are watching rebel leader Abu Mohammed al-Jawlani.
Jawlani and his movement, HTS, fought the Islamic State, and while he is officially still on the terrorist list, we haven't seen any what we would consider terrorist activities out of that movement for a good deal of time.
President-elect Donald Trump is urging the U.S. not to get involved with what's happening in Syria. President Joe Biden is pledging support for regional allies.
It's a moment of historic opportunity for the long-suffering people of Syria. It's also a moment of risk and uncertainty.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
The search for the killer of the United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson is now entering its 5th day. NYPD is widening their search, working with other law enforcement agencies across the country to track down the gunman suspected of fatally shooting Thompson. NYPD releasing new images of the person they believe shot and killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. But officials are being careful not to release too many details about this person's identity.
Let him continue to believe he could hide behind a mask. We're going to reveal who he is, and we're going to bring him to justice.
Surveillance video captured the chilling moment a shooter approached Thompson outside a hotel in Midtown Manhattan Wednesday. The full video, too disturbing for air, shows the killer shooting Thompson multiple times. The brazen act of violence shaking New Yorkers and triggering a 5-day manhunt that now includes the FBI.
This was a horrific incident in our city, and we want to make sure this person is removed off the streets of America, not only off the streets of New York.
NYPD now believe the suspected shooter may have left New York City by interstate bus, and they're working with other law enforcement agencies across the country to track down the suspected killer.
We have video of him entering the Port Authority bus terminal. We don't have any video of him exit.
Friday, police found the backpack that the suspected shooter was possibly wearing during the attack in Central Park, but the gun was not inside. Saturday, NYPD drivers scoured a body of water in Central Park hoping to find more clues. According to a law enforcement official, police are also trying to track down the bicycle the suspected shooter used. Police say the words delay, deny, and defend were written onto the ammo used to kill Thompson. The words are believed to be a reference to a book of the same name that criticized the insurance industry.
This morning, residents are cleaning up the aftermath of a powerful earthquake. It struck Thursday morning. 3 counties in the northern coast of California are now under a state of emergency. This business store in the small town of Garberville lost hundreds of dollars worth of merchandise. The owner of the Patriot Food Market says the earthquake was strong enough to rip the freezers from the walls, and cliffs cut off access to the nearest town, where a store manager says the quake damaged their fire suppression system flooding out the store.
That fell down, lost like a couple of $1,000 or maybe more.
It was bad. It was everywhere.
The U.S. Geological Survey reported more than 100 smaller aftershocks in the region late Thursday into Friday morning.
A spokesperson for American Airlines released a statement that the company will continue to suspend its flights from Miami into Haiti. This comes after one of its planes was hit by gunfire while flying over Port-au-Prince last month. American did not indicate when they might resume service, saying they are addressing safety, security, and customer demand. JetBlue Airways and Spirit Airlines also suspended their flights into the country.
President-elect Donald Trump launches a new cologne that will have you smelling like a winner. The cologne is named Fight, 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 the same words Trump yelled after he was shot in Butler, Pennsylvania this summer. The fragrance costs nearly $200 and it's for sale at trumpfragrances.com.
A woman who claimed Sean Diddy Combs sexually assaulted her at a party when she was 13 now says Jay-Z also attacked her at the same event. She filed a lawsuit against Combs in October, amending it on Sunday to add Jay-Z, who denies the claim. The alleged assaults happened after the 2000 Video Music Awards. CNN reported that an anonymous celebrity sued her lawyer, calling it extortion.
As holidays approach, more and more lawns are decorated merry and bright. One dad who just set up his festive display said someone decided to steal it. Every year, Rob Scottford looks forward to decorating his home in Gilbert, Arizona for Christmas. He knows it means everything to his two children. After noticing a missing tree, he checked the security cameras and saw that at about 3 in the morning, someone unplugged and left with the tree. Then the unexpected. Just 2 days after the incident, Scottford noticed a new decoration in his yard.
The kids think it's pretty cool that someone did that. In fact, they made me come out last night and FaceTime them with the Grinch. Shows there's still kindness out there.
Proof that not everyone is a Grinch during the holidays. Gilbert police have shared the surveillance video asking anyone for information on the thief.
The Heat had a pre-Christmas surprise for the team with the best record in the NBA.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
But the community, we have the good community, and it's great to be a business owner.
A man who started his life in Haiti but built a business for himself here in South Florida. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Every day.
Millions of people are connecting.
And even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together,
we should still make an effort.
To get to know each other.
On a deeper level.
Father.
Cosplayer.
Mentor.
Actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together.
And discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
An unexpected journey after a man goes from teenage immigrant to entrepreneur. North Miami has been a destination for Haitian immigrants since 1970 due to the island's political and economic turmoil. Today, the city is home to hundreds of Haitian entrepreneurs driving economic growth.
1/3 of North Miami is Haitian, and in the heart of the city, one of the 100 Haitian-owned businesses on an expected and relaxed day, unlike the unexpected journey there. Immigrant entrepreneur Rodney Mikes was born in Haiti. His parents left searching for opportunity.
He left me probably when I was 3 years old.
They were reunited 13 years later.
Once your family just like reunite, that's a big thing.
Rodney has lived in North Miami since.
But the community, we have a good community, and it's great to be a business owner.
Miami is home to the largest Haitian community in the U.S., with over 300,000 Haitian immigrants. As the population grew, so did the demand for businesses that catered to its culture and needs.
And when it's supposed to do business, you gotta like it.
He actually studied engineering, but picking up a job with his cousin changed everything.
I was working with as a barber. When I'm finished at the school, I keep focused on the barber.
As a hub for immigrants, Miami attracts over 45,000 new residents each year, many seeking new possibilities, just like Rodney.
This country give you more opportunity to do than my country.
This busy business owner said he's glad his journey led him here.
The greater Miami area is a leading hub for immigrant entrepreneurship, with the group owning 70% of local businesses. It is one of the fastest growing communities for small businesses in the U.S.
Last night's Heat game between the Cleveland Cavaliers and Miami Heat was an intense matchup. Some great ball movement by the Heat saw them take the early lead, but Cleveland's Evan Mobley injuring his leg mid-layup saw the Cavaliers end the first quarter in the lead at 20-17. However, that would prove to be the only time they led that night, as the rest of the game was ruled by the Heat. Tyler Hero in particular had quite a few highlight moments. The final score was Miami 122, Cleveland 113.
The Dolphins continue their playoff pursuit with a decisive victory over the New York Jets. Trailing 15-23 while entering the fourth, the Dolphins tied it to force overtime, with Miami having the ball. FIU alumnus Jonnu Smith then led a game-winning drive into the end zone, sealing a thrilling victory in Miami. The final score was Dolphins 32, New York 26. The Dolphins keep their playoff hopes alive against the Houston Texans Sunday at 1 p.m. You're watching Newsbreak. We're coming right back.
Really use a new tablet. I just don't have the money.
Let me ask you something. Do you have a Pell Grant?
Yes.
You do know you can get a free tablet, right?
Did you say free?
Yeah, free. It's simple. And the application is done in the store.
I could really use a tablet.
Go, get one. Another satisfied customer. Stop by PantherTech in the Graham Center at FIU MMC today to speak with one of our associates to get your free tablet.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life. But how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have something called prediabetes. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Samantha Gutierrez.
And I'm Dylan Bazay, and you can get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.